Hey guys, Joshua from IGN Comics here to help you decide which X-Men comic is for you. I'm going to tell you who's on each team and what it's about. If you've watched some X-Men cartoons or movies and are familiar with the popular characters, then that's all you need to know to use this guide. If you don't know who Wolverine is, then you're beyond my help. But before we get to the comics, here's a little X-Men history lesson to get you caught up. But be aware of some pretty big spoilers. Here we go. There was a big event called Avengers vs. X-Men where the Phoenix returned to Earth. Fast forward to the end, Cyclops became possessed by the Dark Phoenix and killed Professor X. The Phoenix ended up being dispersed, and its energy made new mutants start popping up all over the world. So, where we are now, there are two factions of X-Men. On one side, there's Wolverine, who's the headmaster of the new Jean Grey School for Higher Learning, and on the other side, there's Cyclops, who started his own secret school teaching the new mutants created by the Phoenix. And Wolverine and Cyclops pretty much hate each other. But now onto the comics. First is all new X-Men. With the X-Men being divided, a dying beast hatches one last desperate plan and goes back in time and returns with the 5 original X-Men: Cyclops, Beast, Iceman, Angel, and my girl, Jean Grey. His hope is that they will remind the present-day X-Men why they became superheroes in the first place. And, I don't know, kiss and make up? Of course, nothing goes to plan. Wolverine and Cyclops fight over the original X-Men, a team of X-Men from the future show up to try and make matters right, and then Jean Grey gets kidnapped by aliens and is put on trial for what her future self did as the Dark Phoenix. Kitty Pryde actually steps up to teach them, making her the team's de facto Professor X. For the other mutant faction, there's Uncanny X-Men, which sometimes crosses over with all new X-Men. This one is all about Cyclops and his team of X-Men going around the world recruiting new mutants. But he doesn't always have it easy because of the whole murdering Professor X thing. His team consists of Emma Frost, Magic, and Magneto, as well as a group of new faces with some new powers we've never seen before. My favorite is Fabio Medina, aka Gold Balls, who fires gold balls from his body. Don't ask me why, it's awesome. Next is X-Force, a team led by Cable. He thinks mutant kind is a nation, one that needs to start amassing its own weapons and technology to defend itself, like any nation would. This is the X-Men Black Ops title, full of covert missions, dirty secrets, and lots of violence. His strike team consists of Marrow, Psylocke, and Phantom X, all incredibly deadly mutants who are perfect for this kind of clandestine operation. Now let's talk about Wolverine and the X-Men. It follows Wolverine, Kitty Pryde, Storm, Dupe, and just a bunch of other X-Men members as they try and run Wolverine's school and teach the next generation of mutants. But the new students is where it's at. It won't be long for Idie, or Quentin Quire, or Brew, or your new favorite X-Men. And this comic is just a blast. It's absolutely packed with energy and action and so much humor. There's a laugh on every page. If you love Nightcrawler, then you'll want to read Amazing X-Men. He died a few years ago, and this book is all about him coming back to life. But his new life comes with a cost. I won't spoil it, but the price he pays to return makes him more interesting than ever. Even though that might sound serious, this book is all about fun. It features Wolverine, Beast, Northstar, Firestar, Iceman, and Storm. And at one point, they stopped demons from invading heaven while dressed up like pirates. Now, all new X-Factor is quite a bit different from the rest. A company called Serval Industries has recruited a team of mutants to protect their assets and run missions for them. It's got Polaris, Quicksilver, Gambit, and eventually the robot mutant Danger. The stories are 1 part corporate espionage and 10 parts team drama because all the characters have shady pasts. Gambit's a thief, Polaris and Quicksilver are Magneto's children, and Danger's a crazy robot. But they have the redeeming qualities too, like when we meet Gambit's 3 adorable cats, Oliver, Lucifer, and Figaro. This next comic features an all-female team of X-Men: Jubilee, Kitty Pryde, Storm, Rachel Summers, Psylocke, and Rogue. It starts when Jubilee returns to the Jean Grey School with a baby, setting off a chain of events that bring back a big X-Men bad guy. It's action-packed, full of crazy encounters, and Jubilee is a vampire. You might be thinking it, so I'm just gonna get it out of the way. Yes, this might be an all-female team of X-Men, but never once does it try to do anything but tell a great story. There's no agenda, no gimmick. It's just full of mutants fighting evil, kicking butt, and saving the day. Last of all, Uncanny Avengers. I save this one for last because it's for people who've been reading Marvel Comics for a while. You could still enjoy it, but you'd get the most out of it if you'd read both Avengers vs. X-Men and Rick Remender's Uncanny X-Force series. But here's what it's about. After the big clash between the Avengers and the X-Men, a Unity Squad was created to unite the two teams. It's led by Havoc, and the roster includes Captain America, Thor, Scarlet Witch, Rogue, Wolverine, and eventually the Wasp joins too. The team needs to stop the Red Skull. Remember that Professor X is dead? Well, the Red Skull stole his brain and is using it to make people go crazy and start killing mutants. You'd think that the Unity Squad would be up to the task of beating him, but Captain America has trouble taking orders, Rogue has a grudge against the Scarlet Witch, and Havoc doubts whether he should even be the leader of the team. So this Unity Squad is anything but united, but it's got insane action, huge plot twists, and it's one of Marvel's most epic comics. So those are all the X-Men comics. Did any of them pique your interest? Let me know in the comments. And for all things X-Men, keep it locked to IGN.